Hi there, welcome to Tarot Tuesday with Mama Pearl. We are talking about the last of the Oracle decks I have. This one I also got from Half Price Books quite a long time ago. It's called the Angelic Messenger Cards by Meredith Young Sowers, author of Agartha, A Journey to the Stars, photographs by Carol Duke. Now this one relies heavily on the book for the interpretations. This is the book that comes with it. They come in this little slider cardboard. This is the back of it. I'll let you look at the back of it for a minute. This one relies heavily on the book for the interpretations because the cards are simply photographs and words. And there's different, I'll give you a show here. The cards have a picture and a number and a word. Then there are some that are divine guidance that has a special meaning, abundance. But they all have different words and things like that. So, and then you have the book that goes along with it. And in the book, as you can see, it's got dedication, table of contents, and it has all the words, acknowledgement, a preface, introduction to the angelic, and this is talking about the messenger cards and finding your angel teachers, things like that. It's interesting stuff if you get into that, and it explains the different sets of cards: cards of reflection, cards of partnership, cards of integration, cards of alignment, cards of rejuvenation, cards of nourishment, and then wild cards of divine guidance and wild cards of abundance. And then they have different spreads of cards that you can do with them. And then, getting the most from them, of course, I go against their advice and I just draw a couple cards and then I look up what they mean. And that's what I'm going to do right now. These are larger than regular cards here. If you remember the Shadowscapes deck, this is the size of the Shadowscapes deck. This is the size of the Angelic Messenger cards. I find them hard to shuffle, like the Oracle of the Goddess cards. And that seems to be a trend with the Oracle decks that I've seen. Oracle decks being cards like this, not tarot cards that have suits and the great major and minor arcana, things like that, but the Oracle decks where you pick a card and read the translation, they seem to be larger than regular cards. And I'm not sure why that is, because it makes it impossible for me to shuffle them, to get my hands on them. This kind of shuffle rarely works for me. I end up shuffling them and I can't, my hand's not big enough, and they really don't work to shuffle them this way. I know I'm whining, but so I end up shuffling them like this, and they get quite shuffled. If you want to look at the back of the cards here, I'll hold them still and you can see the back of the card. It's an angel with the wings, either flying down or you can have them flying up, I guess. But yeah, it does fly down. And so here we go. Let's pick. Oh, the descriptions are really long, so I think I'm just gonna pick 2 cards. I think I'll just pick 2 cards for you. Or I tell you what we can do. This will be fun. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards down. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, 3 cards. I'll put down the 3 cards. And then I want everybody to think and pick out which card you want. Okay, keep your eyes on it. So we have card 1, card 2, or card 3. Okay? And here we go. If you picked card number 1, here we go. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it. There we go. Come on, focus. There's a real pretty picture. I'll get on the picture so you can see the pictures, because the pictures are important. They use the pictures in the descriptions. So, card number 1 is merger, and that is number 34 here. So I'm going to look in the book and find number 34. All right. Card number 1, merger. Present challenge, accepting support from all life to help you bring about the current spiritual evolutionary shift underway. You have drawn this card of merger because you may be needing encouragement that your efforts in bringing spiritual awareness into your paid and/or volunteer work is making a difference. You may feel lonely in your work because you seem to be the only one always pushing for positive change against the established status quo. You may wonder if you are capable of staying on purpose and empowered in your mission because there seems to be so much resistance to your efforts. You may also be feeling defeated, tired, and/or burned out. You have drawn this card because you are a light worker of the 21st century. You are being guided to listen to the angels and continue your work because you are hearing guidance that others may not appreciate. Angelic message. You have accepted this journey through Earth School in this lifetime because you wanted the challenge of participating in the current evolutionary shift on the planet. You and all of humanity will cause this shift as the individual points of light. Those people and groups living in the spiritual energy of love merge into a powerful healing network. You are part of building and empowering this network of light, and sometimes this is lonely work. We, your angelic teachers, understand your struggle and also your fears and frustrations, but we also see an expansive future that you may not always believe is possible. Your daily life seems normal enough in its requirements, but you are also being asked to do the extraordinary, to merge with our vision, and to live in the guidance of the Creator that speaks to a different, more humane and enlightened planetary home. You are being asked to believe what you are unable to see, and what many people may tell you is foolish. You are merging with those on and off of the earth who are guiding your energy because you accept a different future for humanity. Holding a vision takes energy and effort, so when you feel let down, depressed, or afraid that your abilities and insights are insufficient to the task at hand, talk to nature. Nature is all around you, no matter where on earth you live. Nature is all about merger, because it functions as one entirely interwoven system. You, like nature, are becoming more and more connected with other light workers in the physical and non-physical reality. Though through merger, you gain strength and the ability to endure. After all, you know what others may not, that you draw love and comfort from experiencing these bonds. Let us comfort you when you feel unworthy or lacking in any way. Hold out your arms and let us send love into your body and mind so that you may endure, for you are the carriers of the light, the hope of the future. Spiritual opportunity. The guidance coming to you through this flower image is to accept. Here, let's get that flower image back up here now. There it is. The guidance coming to you through this flower image is to accept that you and all living things come from a common source, even though you may sometimes question your understanding of this source. The red petals in this image are curved in and in various states of blooming, symbolic of the state of your various projects. The green stems support the flowers, and for you this translates into accepting and seeking the healing energy flowing from the Creator through nature and into your life. You are being guided to believe in the process of change rather than only in goals that are attained. You are being asked to accept that you are already merged with the forces of creation that are at work in your life and on the planet. Your guidance is to continue to put forth your best efforts and to draw more extensively from the subtle beauty and force of the natural world. Excuse me. Application. Nature is persistent. A sidewalk is often cracked by green grass. Water wears away stone to create a deep gorge. The force of nature emerges ultimately successful because of its persistence and the energy it draws from others of its kind. One blade of grass or one drop of water has no power, but many blades of grass or many droplets of water together continually change the face of the planet. To help you draw energy from your entire support system, identify those living things that you feel aligned with and that you know support your efforts and your life. These things can be people, animals, trees, or any other individual or collective aspects of nature or humanity. Also, write out the names of your angelic teachers and guides whom you feel or know are with you, or the names of friends, relatives, and teachers who have passed into spirit. Now place each of these small slips of paper in a basket, and each morning choose one name to accept love from and to send your love to. Yep, so that is merger. That was card number 1. Now, if you picked card number 2, then this is your card. And it is number 16, balance. And let me hold it up here. Give it a minute to focus. Let's turn it that way. There we go. Are those some pretty little flowers? What kind of flowers are there? Some of my gardening watchers, write down in the comments, leave me a message. If you recognize these flowers on these cards, leave me a little message of what they are. I'm curious, because I am not a gardener. All right, we're looking at card 16. This is for those of you who chose card number 2. This is 16. All right. Present challenge, living in the moment and allowing the future to unfold naturally from your own wisdom. You've drawn this card so that you will be encouraged to take heart that you have entered a time to make new choices and that these decisions are to set the course for future stability in relationships and in life work. The choices you make each moment are best made when they arise from your own inner wisdom. Only your inner awareness holds the power to direct your life and overcome persistent feelings of lack or failure. By drawing this card, you're being notified that even though you may want others to verify that you are doing the right things, you already have the answers to your most pressing questions. You are in the process of filling any and all inappropriate emptiness with blessings. Angelic message, balance. Living in the moment is one of the most significant universal teachings for improving the quality of your life. Your future takes place in the moment, growing organically from the wisdom you can already lay claim to. Focusing on the wisdom you already know and can apply to your life allows you to remain whole and to avoid being swallowed by pain, confusion, or a lack of belief in your own vision. Your own wisdom allows you to observe people and circumstances moving into and out of your life, even when you exert mental effort to produce a different outcome. It is, of course, much easier to scan the external horizons of your life looking for solutions than it is to grasp the joy you already feel today and to recognize it as your own guidance. There are no paths that lead to certain material success, because the material side of creation is based entirely on intentionality. What you believe that is drawn from your spirit is expansive and all-encompassing. It can thus help you create in many ways simultaneously. Inner balance, unlike physical balance, refers to the process of maintaining inner well-being. When you are balanced, you accept and learn from the contrasts in your life more easily because you have an inner presence that holds you together. This reserve is the amassed spiritual energy that comes from monitoring your physical life through a spiritual lens. Your present state of awareness is trying to suggest that there's a difference between mental preoccupation with your life and its goals and the ability to accept the guidance of the emerging light within you. Spiritual opportunity. The guidance coming to you through this card is showing how you need to be more trusting of your own insights and instincts. I believe the word was instincts. Instincts, yes. Red is the color of passion, strong intention, and self-belief. This flower image suggests that many positive new initiatives will find completion, or that the new creative expression will take root in your life. fresh insight and positive occurrences flow from inner balance. And by allowing your wisdom to open to the observance of divine love in your life, you are able to more readily accept an expansion of your accomplishments and success. While your focus may be on a specific person and situation that needs attention at this time, keep from becoming totally preoccupied with this one circumstance, because it may be limiting your spiritual unfoldment. Relax your own expectations and accept the universe's initiatives to help you in all ways. Step outside your daily routine and watch yourself go about your daily living. Do you look tired, stressed out, weary of life and its loads? Do you look refreshed, joyful, playful, filled with good humor and compassion? The difference lies not in your physical circumstances, but in the offsetting power and joy of your daily spiritual practices. And these include every aspect of daily life. You have entered a time when you need to deepen and reestablish your internal balance and recognize that it is held in place by your spirit's guidance. Application. Physical movement is an essential aspect of maintaining both physical well-being and spiritual balance. Even if you do aerobic exercise, consider also taking time for activities like contemporary dance, tai chi, or yoga that help you listen to your internal senses and silences. Or go for a walk and walk briskly. After several moments, observe the colors that you can see in your inner mind's eye. These are the colors that reflect your mood. If you're feeling in a listening mode, you'll see colors in pastel hues. If you are in the assertive and active mode, the colors will be brighter and more dramatic. Ask yourself what question you most need answered, and then allow the world around you to speak to you so that the next step, the immediate goal or answer, can be clearly acknowledged. Try praying while you walk. Allow me to see clearly the answer, solution, or guidance that I need, so that I no longer need to worry that I'm doing the wrong thing. All right, that was card number 2. And I will timestamp these down in the description. And last but not least, card number 3. Here we go, folks. Power. Number 17. Ooh, look at this one. This one is real pretty. Look at that. It looks kind of like a succulent or some kind of bud, maybe. That's pretty. And that's number 17, which is, I think, right next door, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, card number 17. I'll just put that right over there. Present challenge. Accepting your capacity for spiritual leadership by expanding your willingness to love. You have drawn this card to discover a deeper capacity for love and compassion. Through implementation of this realization, you will advance into authentic spiritual leadership. You have sought guidance for your own life, and now you are to learn to seek guidance for the lives of others and for the earth. You are reawakening your spirit's purpose. You are being guided to accept love without judgment and to use compassion freely, and in so doing, to remove any constraints and beliefs you've placed upon the power of love to heal, help, change, and awaken grace in all living things. You may be wondering whether you are growing spiritually in the most appropriate ways. You've drawn this card to show that your prayers have been heard. Angelic message. Power. Inner power is divine love, and it is a natural expression of your humanness. When you open your mouth to speak, you anticipate that the words will come out and that these words will convey the meaning you intend. When you open your heart to feel love for another person, for animals, or for nature, you feel expansive, deeply connected to others through unlimited and unconditional love. These deeply personal and profound feelings that come through meditation, as well as through intimate and direct experiences of loving your partner, your children, or parents, and your friends, are the natural state of your humanness and the basis of spiritual leadership. Inner power is resilient. It is expressed as empathy for other living things, and it comes forth as non-judgmental grace. Resilience teaches you to observe your life from a different and deeper perspective, thus enabling you to move around the constraints of pain and loss. Empathy teaches you to trust your natural desire to help others, and in return to receive love from people, nature, and God. Living in grace allows you to teach others through the example of your own life, and to offer nourishment through awareness of divine love in action in your life and on earth. The spiritual energy of your life is welling up deep inside you from the core of your being, encircling your spine to renew your life. You are in the process of managing this intense emerging energy so that you will direct it towards awakening the God within. You are being guided to accept your larger role in life and to trust that through the grace of your angelic teachers and the divine, you will be able to recognize your opportunities to balance and stabilize your life, the lives of others, and the earth's living environment. Spiritual opportunity. The guidance awakened by your drawing this card asks you to express spiritual leadership in the ordinary, everyday, and every moment occurrences of your life. Notice the golden image of the pistil, the seed bearer, and its 3 prominent channels of expression. This flower image alerts you to work with the 3 major channels of spiritual energy in your own life: resilience, empathy, and grace. This flower offers you a symbolic image of profound importance. You are being guided to recognize that you already have a basis of genuine spiritual understanding, and that you will grow in power by using your wisdom in your life in a more direct and uncompromising fashion. Spiritual resilience is the acceptance of all things that are not as they seem. You will find renewal for yourself through living empathetically, a kind of living that has as its basis the realization that the energy of divine love lies within every human plane, and grace is the unconditional gift to humanity of the realization of that spirit in all of its forms, in all living things, is indestructible and immortal. Application. The next time you look into the face of a person, or symbolically into the darkness of an experience or circumstance that is difficult for you to love and or accept, imagine that you're observing grace emerging in an unrecognized form to teach you of power and love. Imagine that you have been guided to become a spiritual leader, and that you are apprenticed to that purpose from this time forward. If you believed this, in what ways would you see your life differently? Would you take your spiritual practices and the means of living according to these practices a little more seriously? Would you see coincidence as your daily teacher and the search for unconditional love as the unspoken need beneath every argument? Would you acknowledge more readily the bonds that clearly and directly tie you to God and every living thing? Ask yourself these questions in meditation, and without judging the responses, write down what you've discovered. Okay, so that was cards 1, 2, and 3 that we drew. I'm going to put them back up here. Balance, merger, and power. And actually they went this way. This was card 1, that was card 2, that was card 3. And again, this is the Angelic Messenger Cards for divine guidance. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to do some more readings like this, I think. Pick a cards and things like that. I think that's more appropriate than just going by your zodiac sign or your birth date, because then you have to know specifics about when you were born, where you're born, and all that other stuff. And I really think I think we're more spiritually guided than we realize. So I think picking the number of card, and if you didn't pick a number and you listened to all 3, good for you, or if you picked a card and then you felt like it didn't work for you, come watch the video again and pick a different card. But I guarantee you there was a message in there for everyone who watches this video. You didn't watch this video by chance. You watched it for a reason. And if that reason was just to hear me read. And I've thought about that as a career. I've thought about doing some audio books and things like that. Because I used to do voiceovers and such. A younger me did. Anyway, back to the reading. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the last Tarot Tuesday of the year. And a week from Terror Tuesday. Yeah, next week will be Christmas Day. And to be honest, the message you'll get Christmas Day is just going to be a happy Christmas message from me. And it will be pre-recorded. I'm not going to make a video on Christmas Day. I'm going to be with my family on that day. And I hope you are with those you love. Be it real family, chosen family, extended family, whoever you choose to be with, or if you choose to spend the day in your own company. I hope it's a beautiful and magical day for you. Have a marvelous week, and we'll see you tomorrow.